What you're reading right now is a highly unfortunate tweet. It's not the first ever highly unfortunate tweet ever to be tweeted in the history of tweetdom, but it is certainly one of them. Now, I was going to not talk about this entire event, the shooting that reportedly took place at a Christian school in Nashville a few days ago, resulting in the murder of 3 children and 3 adults. I was just going to skip this entire hot button current event, just for a variety of reasons. But something struck me about this particular tweet, and I wanted to just reflect on how it highlights the sickness that we are in right now. This terminally sick society that we have, this dying culture, where most of our first reactions upon hearing about a tragedy isn't to think, oh, that's terrible, but is often to say to ourselves either, oh boy, the other side's going to have a field day with this one, or the political side that I favor might use this event successfully to their advantage. I think the fact that one's first response is often either one of those two thoughts is itself a commentary on where we're at, and it's not good. And that's an indictment of myself as much as it is that of others. And it's really not an indictment of anyone per se, because we can't help what we think, what springs into our mind at any given time doesn't define us or tell who we are. It's what we do with that first instinct that we have. That's what helps to show our true character. The fact that this particular tweeter chose to use the shooting of children as a means by which he can mock the notion of prayer. That, I think, that tells you something about this person, and it doesn't have anything to do with where he stands on spiritual matters. I'm guessing he's an atheist, but even an atheist could read this tweet. I hope that maybe some are reading this tweet right now and thinking, God, what a dick. Why in the world would you think this was a good idea to score points, to say, Christians, where's your God now, huh? Just a few hours after this happens. Where, there's something that should have entered David Pac-Man's head and made him say to himself, no, hold your fire. This is really not the best time to try to score points against the Christians that you despise so deeply, maybe hold off on that right now while the wounds are still fresh, both literally and figuratively. But nope, he decided to leap right in and express this particular sentiment. Now, I think anyone who has an understanding of prayer knows that prayer does not preclude tragic events from occurring. It never has precluded tragic events from occurring. At times, people who believe in prayer have apparently won a miracle. Miracles have happened. If you don't want to call them miracles, at least just call them things that cannot be explained. Have happened. They do happen. But I think it's safe to say that no Christian who has an IQ over 60 isn't aware that prayer doesn't work the way that David Pakman is caricaturing it as supposedly working here. Now, it is true, of course, that there have been people who have said, ever since we took prayer out of schools, we've had school shootings. And when there was prayer in school, there weren't school shootings back then. And it's true that that's maybe perhaps an overly simplistic perspective on things. But I think it is true that when you look at the past, when things weren't rapidly coming apart the way they seem to be right now, amongst panoply of cultural matters that looked amongst the aspects of the culture that looked remarkably different than the current culture. One thing that did happen in the old days that doesn't happen now was that people were free to pray in school. There were lots of other things that were true in the past that aren't true now. And there was absolutely no quote-unquote gun control in the past compared to now. So, of course, that particular hot button issue is almost always a canard in cases like this. But, I mean, let's just focus in on these words, okay? Very surprising that there would be a mass shooting at a Christian school, given that lack of prayer is often blamed for these horrible events. Is it possible they weren't praying enough or correctly, despite being a Christian school? I mean, nothing inside of him told him, no, don't do this. No. It might feel satisfying you might really feel like you're sticking it to these people that you just despise if you put this tweet out there, but don't don't put it out there, okay? Just delete it. Just save this tweet in your mind, okay? Don't put it out there in front of the world. But he did it. He did it. And was he sorry? No, apparently not. He did later say that he deleted it, but it was, well, why did he delete it? All right, too many anti-Semitic attacks and threats to my family. I've deleted the tweet, is what he means. Even in taking it down, he basically is saying the people that were offended, the people who were appalled by the absolute lack of sensitivity that I showed, the lack of human compassion, that I put on brazen display. That's not why I took it down. The reason why I took it down is because people are being mean to me, and they're making they're uttering slurs against me. And if people really were threatening his family, of course that's not good. But the point is there's no and I don't condone that, but there's no evidence of any remorse here. And also just to think that you're scoring points, that this is actually making a legitimate point, when again, you can actually talk to people who are deeply rooted in their faith, and talk to them about the issue of prayer, and petitionary prayer versus other types of prayer, what prayer does, how it works, what it is meant to do and what it is not meant to do. One of the things it's not meant to do is it's obviously not meant to be like a request line where you put this request in, and then you make your long distance dedication, and the Casey Kasem God says, well, Tony, sorry you lost your dog so tragically. Here's your long distance dedication. So that's an older reference. Sorry for you youngins. Older people will find it hilarious, though. In any case, that's not how prayer is meant to work. So there's something just like, just so like first grade atheist about this. It's so juvenile and snarky, in addition to just being inhuman and ghastly. It's also just, this guy's just not as smart as he thinks he is. Not by a long shot. The point he thinks he's making, he's not really. He's arguing against. I mean, not just a straw man. What's beyond a straw man? A paper mache man. I don't know. This is just so gruesome an instance of, just nee. Yeah, you stupid Christians thought that prayer was going to work. Look, now these kids are dead. Ha ha ha. I mean, there is no other way to read the attitude behind this, these words. I'm not caricaturing. And the fact that he's not sorry, the fact that he's just saying, I'm a victim. People are people are being mean to me now. I'm being financially threatened. I'm being threatened with cancellation. I'm fine with you saying whatever the hell you're going to say. I'm in favor of your freedom of speech, but you're not the victim here. That's all. Please leave your comments below. Thanks for watching.